In 1964, Ismael Guadalupe Ortiz helped organize one of the first protests against the use of the island of Vieques in Puerto Rico for U.S. military bombing practice. The struggle continued until 2003, when the movement finally forced the U.S. military to end its use of the island, though the issues of reparations and environmental cleanup of the island remain unsettled. Here's a speech he gave in 1979 about the struggle in Vieques before being sent to jail for his protests.
My name is Ismael Guadalupe Ortiz. I am 35 years old. All my life I have lived in Vieques. For the past 13 years I have been a high school teacher in the public schools. Many years ago I began to fight for the right of my Viequense brothers to live in peace. Today I come here not as the accused, I come as the accuser. I accuse the U.S. Navy and the court of the U.S. in Puerto Rico of conspiring to commit against all Viequenses one of the greatest abuses ever brought against the people in our America. I accuse the U.S. Navy and its legal arm, the federal court, of expropriating and throwing into the street thousands of human beings that live on these lands, and that now this Navy claims is theirs. Who are the witnesses that I will call to prove my accusation? Well, to begin with, my own parents were victims of this expropriation. To continue, I call hundreds of Viequenses who are still alive to attest to how it was in the 1940s. Women who had to give birth in cane fields because the birth coincided with the passage of the bulldozers that were knocking down their houses. Of men and women who woke up without a piece of land to cultivate for their or their family's sustenance. All Viequenses remember the death of Chulto Legrand, a 12-year-old boy victim of one of the many bombs that the Navy left on our soil. The elders tell us how the body of Alejandro Rosado was found on the lands occupied by the Navy, buried with his head down and his feet up. The elders tell us about the deaths of Anastasio and Domingo Acosta, father and son, victims of the Navy's bombs. Juan Maisonet, Elena Holiday, and many, many more form links in the chain of victims, of flesh and blood, of names and surnames. Nonetheless, today you judge me for getting together with my brother Viequenses to fight against these injustices committed by the North American Navy in my island of Vieques. As a Viequense, as a Puerto Rican, and as the father of 2 children, I feel legitimately proud to be at the side of my people at this time. That my children will be able to say that I am a prisoner because I do not want Vieques to be for them what it was for me. That I do not want for them or any other child of my small island to be a land bombed and shot at wildly at the whim of foreigners. For my children and for their little friends, the abuses of today will be a thing of the past. Or perhaps a lesson in a schoolroom about what happened in Vieques, and never to let it happen again anywhere else. This is why I fight. This court can today send me to prison, but outside remain thousands who will continue the struggle, which is the struggle of all the people. Que viva Puerto Rico!